Hi guys! Today I'm going to be sharing my 2015 beauty favorites with you. I've been planning to do a monthly favorites for a while now, since like October, November, December, and I kept missing it, and I didn't want to let 2015 get away from me. So even though we're nearing the end of January, I wanted to get this in before it was too late. I'm really excited. I have a ton of product here to share with you guys, and yeah, let's get started. So first I'm going to be sharing primers with you. I'm going to be talking about all the products as we put them on when we do our makeup. So my favorite primer this year has been the Lumine Bright Now Blur Line and Pore Minimizer. I love this primer because it does such a great job of doing exactly what it says, blurring out those pores and really smoothing out your skin and fine lines and everything. It's a very, it's definitely a smoothing primer that kind of has that silicone feel to it, so it really fills everything in and gives you that nice smooth finish. So I've been really enjoying this. I think this is my second or third bottle already. My next favorite would be the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer Hydrating Primer. I know there's a ton of different versions of this primer. A lot of people like the mattifying or the smoothing. For me, the hydrating one is my favorite. I have really oily skin, but it's also dehydrated. So I think this one does a great job at keeping my makeup on without leaving any dry patches. Sometimes I'll combine them and I'll use this one first, and then I'll apply this over just the areas that I really need the pores hidden. Another amazing primer that I found a little more recently would be the BECCA Backlight Priming Filter. This one has a beautiful glow to it. It's almost like her liquid highlighters. It has this beautiful sheen to it. I don't know if you guys can see it from here, but it makes your skin really look like it's glowing from within. I love this primer too. It's really beautiful underneath any matte foundations, because the foundation might be a little too matte and drying, and this really makes your skin glow underneath that as well. Next, for foundation, my favorite foundation this year has been the Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Fluid Foundation. It's one of those really unique foundations that has like a little dropper, and the foundation itself is very liquidy and watery, but it has great coverage and it really looks like your natural skin but better. I've enjoyed this a lot. I've used it, I think, in one or two tutorials. I think definitely in my first go-to makeup routine. My husband loves this foundation. When I wear it, he always compliments my skin, so it's definitely my favorite go-to. For concealer, my favorite this year for highlighting and just overall use has been the Bare Minerals Bare Skin. This is the Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer. This is just such a creamy concealer, and it blends out beautifully and it looks really natural on. I use it in the shade Light, and it's just a couple shades lighter than my natural skin color. Another concealer I've been really enjoying is the Pixi Beauty Concealer. This is their Correction Concentrate in Brightening Peach. I really love it because it has that pinky salmony undertone to it that's great for hiding those dark circles. Another product that I really enjoyed that's not technically a concealer, but this is an under eye brightening corrector from BECCA. I know you guys have seen me use this a lot. I've used it on blog posts and in other videos, makeup tutorials. It's a very creamy, glowy, brightening product that I usually place underneath wherever I put my concealer, underneath my eyes, and blend it out, and it adds like a really beautiful glow. Now for contour, my two favorite contour palettes have been the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette and the Tartist contour palette. What I love the most about the Kat Von D one is the beautiful banana shade. It's like the perfect yellow banana brightening color, and I normally gravitate towards these two, and I usually mix them together to get that perfect contour. Now the Tarte contour palette, I think it's such a beautiful palette because not only does it have all your contour shades, but it has a highlight and it also has a blush. And I think this is the first contour palette I've seen that has a blush in it. And it's such a beautiful blush too that kind of like goes with everything. Like it's a very light rosy color that's just, it's so pretty on. I'm actually wearing these contour shades today. For cream contour, I actually really like Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Contour. This is the original palette in Light, and I know there's a lot of complaints about it being too warm, and I do wish that I had waited for the newer ones that are a little cooler toned, but I love using these because despite the fact that they are warmer, I add a powder contour over it anyway, so I think this is really great for adding more depth and dimension to your contour, using this and then using a powder over it, and the powder would have more of a cool tone to it, so it kind of gives you that extra level of depth and dimension to your contour. My favorite bronzer this year has definitely been the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. I love it in just the plain chocolate soleil, not milk chocolate, not dark chocolate. The medium chocolate soleil is my absolute favorite. I also use it to contour sometimes, but I love it for bronzing up the skin. It's just such a beautiful, cool brown, perfect bronzing shade. My favorite setting powder this year has been the Too Faced Primed and Poreless. I love how well this really sets everything, mattifies any oily areas, and really keeps your skin mattified if you do have an oily skin problem. For me, I'll even use this throughout the day just for touching up any oily areas that might pop up. I also really love the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder for baking. I don't use it anywhere else but for under eye baking and baking the T-zone and all that fun stuff. So this year has definitely been the year of highlight, and I definitely have tons of different highlighters to go through and show you, but I went through and I picked 3 that are my absolute favorites. The first one would be the Laura Geller Gilded Honey. This is just such a beautiful gold shade that works for most skin tones, I would say. It has a very pale gold finish to it that just looks so nice on the skin. Another favorite that I just have to mention would be the Jaclyn Hill BECCA Champagne Pop highlight, and I know everyone's really raved a lot about this. It's such a beautiful champagne rosy gold kind of champagne shade to it. It's similar to the Gilded Honey, but not really. It has more of like a, I want to say it's a little pinker than the Gilded Honey is. The third highlighter on my list is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette. This is not my third favorite. I love them all the same, but this is the third one I'm going to talk about. I love this palette because it has such a great variety of highlighting powders, and none of them are overly strong. I would say the other two, Laura Geller's Gilded Honey and BECCA's Champagne Pop, would be highlights that I would be very careful with applying only where I want it, just on, you know, the high points of my cheeks and Cupid's bow and the tip of my nose and so forth, whereas this, I could really put this anywhere. Now for blushes, my favorite this year has been this palette from Tarte Cosmetics. This is one of their holidays palettes, but it was my favorite because it was my first introduction to the Amazonian clay blushes. I love how pigmented these blushes are, and the variety of colors in this palette is gorgeous. You have 4 matte shades that range from deep tones to mid tones, and you have this really light shimmery shade that's beautiful on its own, or it's great layered onto the other colors also. Another favorite this year has been the e.l.f. blush palette. I have the light version, but even for being light, these colors are super vibrant. I love how matte these 3 are, but then you still have a shimmery shade also, and the shimmery shade is obviously a lot brighter than the Tarte one, which is a nice contrast. The price point is just incredible. I think this palette is only $3 or $6, 3 or 6, not sure, but either way, it's a steal deal. For individual blushes, my favorites have been the Too Faced. These are 2 of my favorites. This is Love Flush, and they're both Love Flush. This is I Will Always Love You, and this is Love Hangover. And this one it's just a really pretty pinky rosy shade. And this one's more of a coral, if I can get it open. This one's more of like a coral orange. It looks really intense here, but when you put it on, it's much more of like a peachy coral shade. Plus the packaging is super cute, little hearts. A couple other individual blushes that I really enjoyed this year are from Makeup Geek. This one is Spellbound and this is Romance. I love actually layering both together. I'm wearing them both today. Okay, on to the eyes. My favorite, all-time favorite shadow primer is Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I actually looked it up and I did a review on it on Makeup Alley way back in the day. Let me see if I can find it. Right there. This is from 2008, so it's been 8 years that I've been using the same eyeshadow primer. It's still my holy grail go-to. It's just the only one that really keeps my eyeshadow on, doesn't crease, and just makes it look so pretty. I love it. So this is still my go-to all-time favorite, but definitely a 2015 favorite. I have a ton of eyeshadow palettes to show you, and I have a reason for each one of them. The first one I'm going to show you is this BECCA Ombre Rouge palette. I love this as just like a no-brainer go-to palette. If I'm in a rush and I don't have time to really think about my eye look, I just go to this palette and I go straight down the line. So I'll go through and put this all over the lid, these 2 as my transition colors, and these 2 to deepen up the crease. Next, I have the Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Palette, Chocolate Bar. This palette is so beautiful for being just an all-around palette that has a variety of colors that you can mix and match to create all different types of looks. I love that there's a black in here, there's a pop of color, there's also a shimmery shade that can easily be used as a highlight. And the formula is just super blendable and creamy and just yummy, like it blends like a dream. Plus it smells delicious. It smells like chocolate. Another favorite palette for me has been the Tarte in Bloom. This is the Tarte in Bloom 2. And I love that it has such a great mix of matte shades as well as 3 really elegant shimmery shades. There's not a single color in here that won't go with another color in the same palette, which I think is just absolutely genius because you can mix and match, or you can go down each row and wear them like how they have it. You have very cool tones, you have more gold, and you have some rosy pinks at the bottom. Plus the packaging is so pretty. My favorite matte palette has definitely been, this might be an obvious one, but Kat Von D's Shade Light Eye Palette. And this has all the matte shades you would need. You have cool tones, you have warm tones, you have the perfect black, you have white, which is really unique. And I love this shade right here for a perfect transition color that kind of works with any of the other shades as well. So all those palettes I talked about for the most part were very neutral, easy shades. Now to bring in a little more color, I love the Anastasia Self-Made palette. This palette has a gorgeous range of really cool, unique colors. Like you have this teal green kind of like sea foam color, and then you have this deep purple that I wore in my last tutorial. I love this pink champagne shade because it's pink champagne. How cool is that? And you still have some mattes in here as well, like Butter's great to highlight with on the brow bone, and then this hot chocolate is a really awesome deep brown chocolate shade. This was one of my favorite palettes this year to really add to my collection. Now for even more intense color, a killer palette for me has been the Smashbox Art Love Color Masterclass palette. At first I didn't like this because I thought it was really chunky and bulky, and I didn't find it to be very vanity friendly, but then I realized that you can pop the palettes out. So this is what it looks like in here, and it comes with a few different templates that you can use and ways to wear the palette. But I love that this palette contains cool tones and warm tones as well. And there's shimmery, there's matte, and there's also blushes in here and highlights. Like this is a highlight, this is a really pretty glowy peach highlight. And these pop right out of the palette like that. It's kind of like a jewel case, if anyone still remembers what a jewel case is, but it makes it really small and compact and easy to store in your vanity or easy to travel with also. So for me, in my beauty area, I pop these out and I just keep them like this with all my other eyeshadow palettes instead of keeping it in the book. The book's really pretty, but it's just a little too bulky for me, but since you can pop them out, that makes it super nice and friendly, and it's such a great variety of colors. Now a great just all around everything palette for me is this Smashbox Shape Matters palette. This one really has everything you need for almost a complete makeup look. You have your brow products here, you have a wax to shape your brows, and then 2 shades to fill it in. You have contour shades for your face, as well as 3 different eyeshadow looks. You have your cool tones, your warm tones, and a purpley plummy eyeshadow look. I love this because you can really do almost your entire makeup look. The only thing this is lacking is a blush color. I feel like when I'm traveling, if I brought this with me and this palette, or the 2 inside of here, I would have the ideal variety of colors, like every color you can think of and every blush you can think of, the contour, the brows, other basic eyeshadow colors, including a great black. It's just an amazing combination. For individual eyeshadows, I've been really enjoying Urban Decay's shadows. They have a pretty awesome range of colors, and their shimmery shades are just so gorgeous. This is the last one I wore on my one of my last videos. Some other individual shadows I really enjoyed are Makeup Geek's shadows. I love how creamy and blendable their matte shadows are, and their foiled eyeshadows are just absolutely incredible. Okay, moving on to eyeliners, something that I definitely cannot live without. My favorite pencil liners this year have been It Cosmetics No Tug Waterproof. I actually just have 2 little sample size. They've been lasting me pretty long. I am almost out though. I love these because they are the twist up kind, and I have the black brown and the black. These are true to the name of being no tug, because once I apply it on my lash line, it does not even budge. It's really hard to even buff it out or blend it out for a smoky look, I use my MAC 219 and it barely even moves. So these are just so great for me because they don't give me any under eye smudges. They stay put and stay exactly where they are. They're super creamy to put on, but they won't budge afterwards, which is awesome. Another favorite for me has been the Urban Decay All Nighter eyeliner. I love this one because you can definitely smudge it out and smoke it out for a really cool smoky eye look, but it still doesn't budge and it will still stay put wherever I apply it. So I love that. For a little bit of color, my favorites have been Urban Decay's Heavy Metal Eyeliner. They give such a cool heavy metal sparkly glitter effect to them. You can use them as an eyeliner or you can also put them all over your lid. I just love that these add such a pretty pop of color to any eye look that you're doing and really kicks it up a notch. My favorite colors are obviously this pink and the silver. I actually don't have gold and I need to get that now that I think about it, but you can obviously tell I'm obsessed with these. Now for liquid eyeliner, you guys have seen me use this a lot. This is Tarte's Tarte Clay Paint Liner. I love how matte this goes on, and the application, I mean, it's so unique. I've never seen an eyeliner like this that's in a little tube. It's either usually like in a little pot or a pencil version. So it was different getting used to it, but I love that it comes with a brush because normally you have to buy that separately, and this brush is really perfect because it's angled and really helps you get that perfect flick. My favorite mascara this year has been Tarte's Lights Camera Lashes Mascara. This is my second one. It's just a great go-to, stays put, coats all my lashes. I use it underneath my false lashes or wearing it completely on its own, and I don't use any other. I just really love this way. If you follow me on Snapchat, you probably noticed that I've been trying a lot of new eyelashes lately. These are some House of Lashes. I've been trying Cocoa Lashes, but during 2015, I hadn't explored into those yet, and my favorite go-to lashes were the Red Cherry Wispies or the Red Cherry 82, or both of them layered together. I love putting I think these are wispies. They're called WSP. I'm guessing that's what it stands for. I'll put these on and then layer these on top of it for a more dramatic look. If you guys want to see how I do that, let me know in the comments below and I'll do a video specifically on how I layer the lashes, but this combination was my favorite for 2015. For the brows, my favorite is probably everyone's favorite, Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. I've also been using her Dip Brow Pomade, and this is in the shade Ash Brown. For the Brow Wiz, I usually alternate between medium brown and dark brown, depending on what makeup look I'm wearing. Today I'm wearing it in medium brown. It's just such a perfect eyebrow pencil. I don't know anyone that's used this that doesn't like it. It's just a great pencil for giving you a very natural eyebrow look. Now finally for the lips. My favorite lip primer is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Primer. This is just so great to wear with any liquid lipsticks. For me, it helps make it more comfortable and wearable throughout the day, and helps it from really drying out my lips. So I really enjoy this primer. For glosses, I really love Buxom's lip glosses. I have a lot of their full size, but I have a ton of these little mini sizes from the holiday collections. I got 2 of the really big holiday boxes, and so I wear these lip glosses all the time. I have them tucked around in my car, in my husband's car, in all different purses. They're just such a great go-to gloss that has a very light color payoff and more of like a glossy gloss sheen to it. Plus they have that tingling lip plumping effect to it. It doesn't hurt, but it kind of gives you that nice like full plumping lip feel to it. A few of my favorite colors are this one. This is called Star. This is really beautiful to wear over any deep plum shades if you're going for like a vampy lip but you still want a little shimmery gloss to it. This is called Bunny. This shade is a really cute, I feel like it's a really cute coral peachy shade, and this looks beautiful over top any nude lip colors also. And then this, with the frosted packaging, is their full-on lip creams, which do offer more color payoff and can definitely be worn alone. This one's more of like a mauvey nude. I love wearing these over lipsticks or liquid lipsticks. These are also great for tucking in my purse if I'm wearing a liquid lipstick and later on the day it might get a little too dry, and I'll layer this on top of it and it kind of revives it and adds like a pretty glossy sheen versus a matte liquid lipstick look to it. Another lip gloss I really love is Marc Jacobs Enamored with Glosses. These are also very sheer and more of like a glossy gloss. I love this shade. This is called Love Drunk. This is a mauve color that looks great over like plummy deeper shades. And this is probably the one I wear the most. This is called Uproar. And obviously you can see it's a very peach coral shade. And these are also very minty, so it's kind of nice. It's kind of like has that minty fresh breath feel to it. For more pigmented lip glosses, I love Anastasia Beverly Hills glosses. I have these in all different colors, but these are two of my favorites as well. This is Gilded. Gilded looks gorgeous over any nude lip color, or it looks amazing on its own. And this shade is Melon, which, just like it says, it looks like melon. It looks like cantaloupe kind of, doesn't it? And I wore this all summer. You can see how pigmented and full coverage that really is, as being like, it's more like a lipstick lip gloss. For lipsticks, I've been really enjoying the Lancome lip pencils. These are like a lip pencil lipstick. They are very matte, but they wear really comfortably, smooth and creamy. And this color is called 210. It's like a pinky nude shade. My favorite red has been this Smashbox Be Legendary Infrared. And this is also a matte lipstick. And I love that it has that blue tone in it. It kind of like helps make your teeth look even whiter. I feel like even keeping it here makes my teeth look whiter. Another lipstick that I really love are the Too Faced Melted Lipsticks. For a while, the nude was my absolute favorite shade until their chocolate collection came out. And then Chocolate Milkshake is so gorgeous. It's really similar to the nude shade. Let me swatch that and you can see what it looks like. Chocolate Milkshake kind of has like a warmer depth to it, and it's totally taken over as my favorite. It's like a pink, warmer pink shade to it. It's like a mauve warmer nude. And I also really love their Chocolate Cherries, which is like a deeper, vampy, chocolatey look, but it's definitely more of like chocolate cherry, so it has a little bit of the red in it also. Now, even though these are liquid long wear lipsticks, they're not really liquid lipsticks in that sense, where not in the new sense of liquid lipsticks that we've been seeing around a lot that really get matte and like stay put and don't transfer. These will still transfer. They are definitely long wear, but they wear more like a traditional lipstick, but just in like a liquid form. My favorite liquid lipsticks would be, my first one would be this Kat Von D. This is in the shade Mother. It's actually the color I'm wearing right now. This is just an absolutely stunning rosy berry raspberry type of shade. Really vibrant, super pigmented. For me, the Kat Von D liquid lipsticks wear really nicely. They feel comfortable on. They have like a little bit of like a stickiness to it, but not like I can still kiss my husband and not getting anything on him, even if I go like this on my hand, there's nothing on there. Not really, at least. And I feel like the tacky, sticky feeling kind of helps keep it from getting overly dry. It kind of gives it that elasticity, if you will. So I really love this formula, and this color is one of my favorites. This is Mother. Another favorite for me are the Tarte's lip paints. And these have coordinating lip pencils that you can get. And this color is Latergram, and this one's TBT, Throwback Thursday. I wear this a lot. I wear it on Instagram, on my Snapchat. It's my favorite of all the colors they have. This is my favorite shade for sure. And their formula is very moussey, but it's super matte when it sets. My final favorite liquid lipstick has to be Kylie Jenner's Lip Kit by Kylie. I know this is sold out everywhere. It's like impossible to get, but there's something about it. It's super long wearing without transferring and without drying out my lips. I know in my last video I started saying how impressed I was with it, but I didn't say why I was impressed. But that's why I'm impressed with it, is that I could wear this all day and it really doesn't crack, it doesn't flake off or anything, and it doesn't fade. It like wears really nicely. And this is in the shade Candy K, and it's just such a pretty nude. The only thing that I don't like is that the crayon pencils that come with it are the type that you have to sharpen. I like the twist up automatic pencils. This one, like, I know how to sharpen the pencil, but I feel like when I do, I'm gonna lose like half the product because it's just gonna fall out or break apart. Not because of the formula, but just because I suck at sharpening lip pencils or any kind of pencils. But I do love that the liquid lipstick has such a great formula that I probably could wear it without the pencil anyways. But yeah, that's the only downside for me, is that this isn't an automatic pencil. It's a regular traditional one they have to sharpen. And finally, I think the last thing I need to talk about is setting spray. And my favorite setting spray is Urban Decay's All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. I know there's different formulas for these. For me, my skin's, like I said before, can get really oily. So this one works really well at keeping my makeup where it needs to be and keeping it more on the matte side. I don't know if they have, I know they have one that's like more for dewy, but if they have another matte one, then I'll have to check that out too. But so far, I really love this. I've been using it for a while now, and it's my go-to setting spray, and it keeps my makeup where I want it. And that was it. Thank you guys so much for joining me. For those of you that stuck around to this point, I know it was probably a long video, but if you like this type of video where I'm talking to you and telling you what I like, the products I like and stuff, give it a thumbs up so I know, and leave a comment below if you've tried any of these or if there's any products you think I should try, or if you want to see a makeup tutorial or anything like that on any of these products specifically, and I'll definitely do that. But thank you so much for sticking around, staying here and watching this video. Please make sure you guys subscribe so you can see my next one, and have a great day. Bye.